welcome everyone to the Tucson Fine Mineral Gallery on this beautiful Tuesday morning. My name is Stu Niebert, and alongside me here is Federico Barlocher, and he's going to be giving a lovely presentation on the rubies of the Mogok Valley. So without any further ado, Federico?
Yes. We will enjoy together to see the last update news about rubies from Mogok. That Mogok is the historical source in the world for the most exclusive gems, and now from 50 years also for the most exclusive crystals, not only gems.
Excellent.
So we will enjoy together. Welcome to Mogok. Welcome to the world paradise for super exclusive gems and minerals. So in the cloud of the morning, we are welcome to the Ruby land, because Mogok have everything except emerald, but is known from 2,000 years for rubies. The best rubies in the world, they come from Mogok. So now we will relax together to enter in the feeling of Mogok, because it's not only gems, it's a style of living, it's a style of thinking.
Good evening. This is the voice of Enigma. In the next hour, we will take you with us into another world, into the world of music, spirit, and meditation. Turn off the light. Take a deep breath and relax. Start to move slowly, very slowly. Let the rhythm be your guiding light.
Okay, now that we are in the right mood, the right feeling, so this is a helicopter view from Mogok, and even from this last famous view that is quite common, is everywhere, we can see a detail here. This is the symbol of Mogok, Dato Ruby Mine. So Dato Ruby Mine is exactly in the front of the valley of Mogok, and we'll travel together today to see all the marble location to understand why, for sure, in the future, the rubies will become more and more rare, for many technical reasons that we will understand together. So this is the symbol of Mogok. You see, on the back of the pagoda, this is the mountain of Dato. See, here we are more close. And here, on the other side, on the other back of Mogok, we can see clearly here, this is Kolan Bopadan Katotech marble mines. So the surrounding of Mogok is all marble. And there is a famous marble arc where all the rubies in the last 50 years are found, because the history of Mogok is of 2,000 years. But the history in mother rock mines is only in the last 50 years, because before Mogok was a secondary source. Secondary means they work all the valley around Mogok. The valley was plenty of all kind of gems, and 50 years ago was nearly all depleted. So they got the idea to go in a mother rock, and they found the solution. Now it's 50 years that they work in marble. The point is that the history of crystals in mother rock is only in the last 30 years. Because when they started to work in the marble, nobody cared about crystals. So step by step, there was educated to crystal. So the best crystal ever from Mogok, they come out in the last 30 years. You see, this is the area of Mogok that is about 25 by 50 kilometers. So you see, here is Mogok, and this is the marble arc around Mogok. But the area is huge, is absolutely huge, because we can find not only marble, but pegmatite for quartz, for tourmaline. So every valley has its own specialty. So here we can understand very well. You see, here is Dato that we saw before. Dato, we go here up, and this is the marble arc, where we have Bopadan, Katotek, Kolan. This is the marble arc surrounding the town of Mogok that we saw in the previous slides. All the red are rubies, and the color are mixed gems. The blue are sapphire. So this is the map of Mogok, 1,200 mines. And each ruby mine was 700, 500, 800 people, with 400 ruby mine just for ruby. So this is the number one, how is in emotion, Brian. This is the Berlusconi of Myanmar. No? So have to pay attention, because this can decide about your life. And he gave me, because we know each other a long time, he gave me the helicopter just to have this unique occasion to see Mogok from the top. The Mogok area was really incredible, because it was a unique experience. And we go in the next, you see here with the, oops, sorry, I return back. Look this one. Look, I don't look near him. Eccolo qua. Eccolo, this is the photo. This is not me and him. You see this spot, how to show the power of these people. Jade. Jade is by far the most sold and paid item in the world. A few people know, but jade is like that. So now here, we will make together, I will give a unique experience that I never published, a quick visit on helicopter from the top.
Mogok, we will see Mogok from the top. So we can see from the top how is big the town. Half million people are living there.
After that door,
They are working everywhere. You see there are mines.
this is the secondary. Oh, I'm sorry. We have to restart, but it's okay. It's not a problem. Very easy.
Mogok, we will see Mogok from the top. So we can see from the top how is big the town. Half million people are living there.
These are all the secondary mines
They are
on the
working
valley.
everywhere. You see there
now
are mines.
the town
Mines.
that cover the mines because
Mines,
there is nothing anymore.
very close
So
to the
they
house.
put the house. This is the way how
One
they work.
on the bottom is the golf club.
Other golf club
of Mogok,
with a mine
and
beside.
beside there is a mine, Chupier.
These are, you see how it's
On
used.
the right, there is the marble of Katote Bopadan.
So this is just quick shot, but there are hundreds of valleys where they are working is unbelievable world. See, this is, I take this slide just to understand. This is a Choupier mine, is a secondary mine, and they move the golf club to make the mines. And when they finish to work the mines, the golf club return back. Because are not poor Mogok people. This is a huge difference in many mines in the world. They work because they love. They don't need. Many Mogok people are not poor. They like the challenge to become rich. So Mogok is a town, there is any kind of work, not only gems. So there is not the need for poor or blood stones. No, it's their choice to work in the mines. You see, now we start to understand this is Bopadan, Kolan, Katotek is the biggest district for ruby mines. There are about 400 ruby mines here. All the white that you see is calcite that is reduced in power and come out from the mines. So they have to broke in literally mountain to find rubies. And we will go to see the new process, how to broken marble, that they use in the last 20 years. This is only one mine, just to have a close look. See, here we enter in Katotek to see how is the process. They are organized, they have all the geological survey, they know exactly what to do. This Brian in Buccaneer style doing the Wilbur there. You see, this on the red, controlling the people, how they work, is one of the different managers of the mine. You see, they need to broken in small parts the calcite to carry up to the crushing machine, because the crushing machine can process much more quicker and much more material. And there are two stages of crushing machine. Here when they find the ruby after crushing, you see this is the second stage where the marble become tiny. You see, much smaller. This to see even in a small part of marble can stay a ruby. This is nice photo because on the back you see mountain of ruby, and this is what they find. 3 millimeter. Just to show, because we are habit to see big ruby, but this is a lucky day, is an average size for a ruby, where they work 700 people. You see, this is the final selection. Final selection, you see, they are selecting a piece of calcite that are nearly like powder. This is the final. What you see here, that is a final powder discharge, in reality is given free to the Kanase woman, that they have still the chance to broken this small piece of marble to find. This is a tradition in Mogok, that the miner at the end give the last part discharge to give a present to the people. You see, this after the first crushing passage, there are bigger marble that remain, but the ruby are all broken because the crushing machine destroy nearly everything. This is a 1 week find of 700 people. So this is the collecting of 1 week. Luck, religion, challenge, they are all like to guess, to challenge, and so there is a respect to Buddha in every mine. You see, this is the owner of the mine room, and that also he pays respect to Buddha to find new and better rubies, even inside the mine. This is deep 400 meters. They are doing the same process. It's religious and it's nice because it's something more than only gems. You see, now we will see quickly. I made an explanation with slide, and this is the movie to see the present process to broken crystal, to broken marble.
Here we are, dear friends, in Katote mine. The woman is buying fruit and vegetable. Here they broke in marble to find rubies. The dream of rubies is here. The dream of Mogok rubies. This is the town of calcite. Here we are in the best position in Katote. Here we have the best view because we are in the top of this bridge. Here we can see very well the bags that from the up they go down deep in the earth, 400 meters, and after they return back full of calcite where they try to find the rubies. These are miners washing. Here we have our miners washing, and here we can see very well all the situation that happened here. See, the bags full of calcite are coming up. After the calcite, from the top, now we go down from these stairs. Here we are down, and the calcite will arrive here where they process all the calcite. See here, marble everywhere. Here, the material is ready here to come up. Now we see
This is one spot of that. So from there you can imagine the whole.
come down one and come up the other. Calcite ready. Super, and now return back. You see the crushing machine there?
So when enter there, forget to find the crystal.
Here I'm with all the miners. Mogok, the dream for Ruby, is here, Katote mine.
We have to treat it. We want to put more crushing machine. So the crushing machine. You see, this is the manager that controls after the crushing machine when arrive the broken calcite, if there is some ruby inside the calcite.
Oh, a ruby. They found a ruby in this moment. Incredible.
But a ruby is just a pickup. It's not, maybe this is not even
With the
cuttable
manager.
quality.
This man control the worker. This man control all the workers.
happy face.
Down.
Okay, we go in front, so
Here the
this is the crushing machine, we understand. You see, this is the final discharge from the crushing machine. This will be carried in Canazeland, where the people with the hammer, you see, we arrive here in Canazeland. See, this is what they find, become smaller and smaller and smaller. Oh, here I never released this video. It's very short, but...
Here we arrive in Canazeland, free looking for rubies. Free looking. Here they are selecting and broken the tails of marble. Canazeland, you see? In Mogok. They are working the marble there. Yade. Counde. Good. See. Mogok. May. We are in May 2019. Here they are working.
Because it's for free, and if they are lucky, they can catch some.
Fantastic in Canazeland. This is a free. Is a free working. It's the lottery to find good rubies. Ruby, here arrived to show the ruby. Ruby, sì.
Ma è spinello questo.
No, ruby,
Ah, ruby. Ah, no, è vero, ruby.
This is only ruby. Lade. Ah, they show a ruby here. Just found. Fresh from the mine. E ancaune. Guarda, lupus. Alessandro with ruby.
Gem quality is enough, a corner of a crystal that immediately makes $1 million. So don't dream a crystal.
Here they are working.
Don't exist. It's the nature that don't produce. The maximum that you can pretend from a ruby crystal is nice, sharp, shining, so good skin, but not a gem. Don't exist even to cut a gems crystal like that. Can be boiled.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yes, this one.
Oh,
This small one, this
Lovely but nice.
lovely, nice.
small, titile, but lade. And here selection with
Kind of
water.
ruby. You think you cannot cut? Yes, you cannot cut. But they will
No,
go in
cana.
paintings of
Canale.
gemstones. So
One
there is a
second.
price also for
They
this
want
kind of
$1 here. $1. Guardalo qua. Gurka. No, like chat. No, like
we go in front.
And with this nice man and nice ruby, we say hello to our friend and see to the next movie.
Okay. Now we go back 30 years ago. This is a photo of 30 years ago when I arrived in Mogok, and you see the way to broken the calcite was marble with hammer. So with hammer there was many more chance to keep to find the ruby not broken, because it was much less stressful than the crushing machine. So this is a huge difference. So now, in the last year, there are much less chance to find any crystal of ruby in mud and rock. See, 400, 300 people each mine just to broken the marble. And this is a problem that happened in every mine. This is a photo of 120 years ago, where the British that was ruling Mogok, for not steal the ruby from the miner, they were putting this helmet in iron with a glass in front to not allow the miners to eat the rubies. So this is the practice of stealing a gemstone is in every mine around the world from centuries. It's nothing new. The miner dreamed to find the ruby and to keep for himself. But this was the end if they catch them. This is 120 years ago. because this was a sample for the other people that wanted to steal rubies. This was during the British ruling. So these are British photo when they was in ownership of Mogok. You see this 30 years ago. This photo is very interesting. In marble mines, you work 24 hours, night and day, because downstairs there is no difference. They are artificial light, so they work. Here they're selecting with the hammers, the old type, and here, no, ruby, negative and positive with the hammer to see that how is the lottery for rubies. This is very interesting. Also, this is a new video. These are 30 ruby mines production.
Okay. Selection of ruby from Katote. Katote, Bopadan, Kolan. It's broken, but nice material. There's a lot of silk inside. Small. See how is different the color in different rubies. See, here can understand well how the ruby is difficult to form and the calcite go inside the ruby and broken the ruby like an octopus. Well, here we can understand how is complicated and rare to find the ruby. Small, cute. Okay, with this selection of Mogok ruby, hello.
See, this is looks simple, is in my hand, but this is another super selection of Mogok ruby crystals. This is 1 year production of 700 people, one single mine. And here you cannot even find, the photo is nice, but you cannot even find one piece to cut. So in this case, the mines lost all the investment. 95% of ruby mines are gambling and they are losers. Only 5% win, they win million, but nobody speak about the 95% they are losing. And every year change the owner, because the Asian people, they like to gamble, and the new owner is ready to invest and to make his challenge. This is extremely rare. You have the chance to see 30 years ago how they was working in Katote.
Eccoci a Katote. The big risk. Il grande rischio. Qui la gente rischia la vita tutti i giorni. Here we are in Katote, the most dangerous ruby mine in Mogok. Qui siamo nella miniera numero 7.
Mine number 7 in Katote.
Minuzzando con martelletti.
Broken with marble. And here you can see the difference from today and 30 years ago. How was different the process.
E qui stanno prendendo in polvere tutti i pezzi di marmo per cercare qualche rubino disperatamente. Adesso vi faccio vedere la produzione di 2 giorni.
These are 2 days, now you will see 2 days production.
Ecco, questa qui è la produzione di 2 giorni. Non c'è un pezzo accettabile. Here there is the ruby production sono in 400 a
but for them he is a value.
Tonnellate e tonnellate di materiale. Da qui si può capire.
I go in front to show an interesting
Puoi immaginare. Sto rischiando il collo.
You see all the wood to protect. This is a natural crack that they enlarge and today are 1,000 meters back in vertical, 1,000 meters. This is the original movie of 30
le
years
voci
ago.
giù che stanno parlando, ma non riesco a vederlo, saranno sotto 40 metri qua. È un piccolo inferno, ha una serie di teleferiche.
Really, when I was arriving
vengo
inside
su.
the mine, I was
Guarda
thinking
di
it's a
qua che li
movie of
riprendiamo
Indiana Jones.
tutti.
Was not
Tutti
real.
curiosi.
It's something that you cannot imagine to
Guardate
go
cosa succede
1000
dopo aver
meters
già
down
ripulito
on
tutti
the
i
rock.
pezzi. I lavoratori della miniera fanno entrare le donne.
You see, this is the old
che attendono
system.
dentro.
The miner
donne sono
opened the door
entrate,
to allow the
Margot
woman
broken for the
to
woman.
pick up the sand
Zuffandosi per
remains
raccogliere
to go outside and work for free.
Freddi.
So this
Dopo
was
da
the old
rompere.
system of the mine. Now they carry with the truck. But before was
This is the
carrying
miner
the
villa,
woman,
where
they open the
everybody's
door
working
like a
for
lottery
broken
and the woman
tobacco
running
and
to
try
catch
to
as
find
much
the pebble.
material as possible. Okay. How cost a ruby mine? $2 to $5 million. You can multiply per 300, 400 mines. You see the cost. A friend of me have a mine of 55,000 kV. kV, 55,000 means $10,000 gasoline every day. They can give electricity to an entire quarter here in USA. So that is unbelievable the energy that they use. So all these, the kitchen you have to, because the 700 people, you have to prepare daily, 24 hours. No? You see, Group A, Group B, what mean? That 12-hour working each one on the inside the mines, because it's 24 hours. These are the card of the manager of each section of the mines to give the timing to go down and stay 12 hours and the other group go up. You see, these they are mining like in Indiana Jones. It's the same type of, you see the infrastructure, you can even enter with trucks to move the calcite. All the connection wire, there is an unbelievable cost to prepare the structure inside, but are thousands and thousands of meters like that. This is a shock. It's more than 100 meters because after the tunnels divide. Just to understand better which are the costs. Here I convinced Brian, say, one time in the life Brian have the chance to make a movie like that. Because nobody, you have to come down. And this was the starting point to come down, and he was very happy. But after, become a little more difficult, no? And this is the face when he arrived down. Just to give you the feeling of the emotion, no? See, here, very interesting, I can show very clearly. You see here, this is the water. This is the bottom of the mine. It just finished the rainy season, and they was still pumping because there was on need to pump for 2 months, all the mines together to take out the water from the crack. It's unbelievable job. So before pumping out the water, cannot work because they cannot put dynamite. So it's the job in the job. Today, with the mines closed because we have civil war in Myanmar, unlucky, this water fill all the mines. So there are 1,000 meters of water. So to restart a mine will be very difficult, if not impossible, because nobody will invest $10 million just to reopen a mine, not to work, just to reopen, because there is a generator, wood, infrastructure, water, pumping, are $1 million to invest. So this is the situ where you find the rubies. We are on the bottom of the mine. See the happiness. When you see how is well formed the calcite, this is the spot area to find the rubies. This lucky with my friend, where he found proud, no value, something of $300, but proud that he took, it was a lucky day for him. We, on the difficulties of working, we can add many other difficulties for the future. This is the old way to trade, because there is the point of view of the mines and the point of view of trading. That is another difficulty in Mogok, because the people are super expert in trading gems. So it's easy for them to make the price higher and higher. You see the face of the traders, you understand that sometimes difficult, no? Are very skillful people. Look this. So are different Asian face type, because in Mogok is multiracial, so you can find Nepalese, Indians, Myanmar, Chinese, is a beautiful mix of people that they live peacefully together. Look, the cat, even the cat is clever. Look, this is the owner of the cat, the same. It's the same. You have to pay attention even to cats in Mogok. See, the fever of Mogok took Brian, everybody, you know. Everybody tell you, look, they changed the personality of Wilbur. They changed completely. Father, look, I will never see Wilbur like that, happy in his paradise, like a children in a toy room, no? But children in a toy room, you see, he was looking at Ruby without thinking that somebody was looking at him. When he understood, look at the face, don't take my Ruby, don't steal, it's mine. After he realized that was too much, and he smiled. You see, this is a photo that I have many feelings, because the life in poor countries is not long. This was my close friend in the middle, a Nepalese. At 47 years, he left for a stroke, and this is quite common. But just to understand why they want to become rich opening the mine, because the life is short, there is not too much time, so everything must be today. So this is the reason why they like to challenge. Now we will, all the collector will enjoy, because I will show the best piece ever come out from Mogok. This is very interesting. This is the son of Mogok that went to one of his famous piece found 30 years ago. This is Gubelin with the son of Mogok in the hand. This is me with the son of Mogok. When I both, the rule is only cash. No, there are no other rules. And this I will show a 30 years video in the most famous ruby mine in the world, Dato. So you will understand exactly, this was a 400 people working mines. And I make this video with the son of Mogok. I went to carry the crystal in the exact position where it was found. So they will make a small visit inside the mines together to understand better.
Si vede benissimo. Noi siamo i primi al mondo a entrare in questa
I was
miniera.
the first ever enter in this mine.
Ecco l'ingresso in miniera.
And allowed me to enter.
Adesso tra un po' entreremo e vi faremo vedere dentro come si estraggono i rubini. Stiamo entrando nella miniera. Qui è molto basso, stanno buttando fuori roba.
We are entering in the Dato mine, the most famous
See, this,
mine
you can
in the
feel
world.
how many people enter, go. Is a mine where really you can
Yes,
see the
yes,
amount
Daddy,
of
it's
people that are
very
working
low.
inside. You see, these are all bags of calcite after the blasting that they carry out. And this
Guarda
is
quanta
a
gente che
unique
entra in miniera.
location because it's one of the very few mines in the world that is a natural cave with stalagmite and stalactite. So they are enlarging the
Siamo
natural
più o
cave.
meno
It's
150
not
metri di
artificial.
profondità.
So you can breathe very
Siamo quasi
well.
in
It's
verticale.
never hot. It's a
Siamo
really
sul
lovely
lato della
location.
galleria. Qui stanno piazzando le mine.
Solo la testa.
Molto basso. Ed è. Ok, work, no problem.
Here they put the dynamite candle,
Qui dentro stanno
broken
le
the
cariche.
calcite from the wall.
Si vede
But
molto
the
bene, questa è
candle
tutta
can be
calcite.
only very
Here the
small
miner,
because there is a lot
dynamite
of dust in
carry
the
the
explosion.
calcite.
So if they make a bigger candle, all the miners
Candle per
they
forza.
died because they cannot break. So this is the reason why they broken a small piece
Infilano
of calcite.
il candelotto di dinamica. Questo qui, un altro cunicolo. Stanno lavorando anche qua. Luca è entrato.
You see, like a
Siamo in una
natural
caverna
cave that is
enorme.
like a cheese.
Ed è questi-
Because they enlarge
questi legni qua,
all the part,
magari
they
non si
decide
vedono,
where to follow
dividono una miniera
and where they
dall'altra,
believe there is
che
more
sono
chance to
molto
find the ruby.
vicine. Che cunicoli. È come un grande Emmental nella montagna, tutta calcite. Qui si trovano i più famosi, la miniera dove si trovano i più famosi, i più bei rubini al mondo. Ecco, vedete, la salita è quasi in verticale. E quelli là sono i legni che dividono una miniera dall'altra, perché i buchi sono comunicanti.
Now you will see, very interesting.
C'è un'infinità di buchi.
You see, they are just finishing blasting
In un
and
buco
the
laterale.
miner put in the bag that
Qui si
they
vede
will carry
benissimo.
outside to
Una volta
continue
che-
broken with the hammer.
La calcite con la dinamite, la mettono nei sacchi e la portano fuori per poi romperla, polverizzarla. E qui dentro trovano i rubini. Vedete, in tutta questa parete non c'è neanche l'ombra di un rubino. Devono scavare. Qui siamo in una caverna invece. Sto bassissimo. Questo è il miglior posto. The best place of Dato. Best place. Secret, Taji? Secret. Eccolo qua.
So this is the exact location where they found the tunnel. Because the owner of the mine was my friend, he knows exactly the position. So just to record, 30 years ago, you see, I was young, but this is the life.
Ok.
Ecco, vedete,
Oh,
il rubino si
You
trova
see in this
nella calcite.
part of the mine how is well formed the calcite.
dentro.
So more is well formed and more is translucent or transparent the calcite, more you have a chance to find high quality ruby.
Questa calcite che è molto fragile per tirare fuori
Ok.
una punta di rubino.
This is finished, it's the calcite, blah, 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 we go. And now I show some specimen to understand the process. This is how was found the specimen, but after you have to work in the lab and to trim. And this is the final result. So from the original piece to the final trimming. You see, this is nearly 30 kg, and this is not even 1 kg. This is this specimen. And this is the photo. This extraordinary specimen, but unlucky, was broken in too many parts, and even for the miner was convenient to sell like a catable. So I regret a little bit because it was a fantastic, but too many parts broken. For the dynamite, because not the specimen. This is another great specimen. This is here just to another super, this you saw in the video. This is in fashion today. You can see clearly these are small crystals of ruby together. I call carpet of ruby. Are not single specimens that are more rare, but have a nice looking because these rubies together, they give a lot of sparkling. are more emotional, we can say. Is sure 100 times more rare a single crystal, but the looking is nice, so many collectors like. You see, this is a trigon crystal that look like a spinel, but is a ruby. Is an extremely rare material, even this one. This, when I was in China, they invite many times to show my collection piece. You see, this is a really rare particular form of ruby. I never seen any other piece with this form. This is a difficult form, is a tabular, so a sliced part, one like a dish, one on the top of the other. These high quality rubies. And now I will show you the 4 piece, I have no doubt, the 4 piece ever found best, absolutely best. This is a historical piece, 120 years ago, when the British entered in Mogok. The piece belonged to the king, King Thibaut, but the British, they clean all the gold, all the rubies from the real family. Today we don't know where is this ruby, was 80 carat. This was the ring of the ruby. Unluckily, there is only a design that this is Nga Maung ruby. You can search on internet, you will find. This is by far, by all the Burmese, declared the best ruby ever found. This, I'm sure 100% is the king of Mogok that I show everywhere around the world. Like crystal, I have no doubt I never see something better than this. You see, this was in a special exhibition in France, in the Museum of Nantes. It's the same piece. You see the translucency and the quality is exceptional for a crystal. And this when I was in China to promote the crystal because they invite me with all the television. This is a new one piece, the king of Mogok, ruby scepter. Look at the quality. The quality here is super glassy, something when you take in the hand is like a red piece of fire. You see, it starts to be gemmy. It's extremely unique for a crystal. Okay. This one is the last one of the 4th. Is the Prince of Mogok I found 30 years ago. And here you can see the owner, the miner, when they found 25 kg. No. And I trimmed only 1 year ago. And aesthetically speaking, come out the best ruby aesthetical ever seen. Now you will see. This is the first trimming, the first, because step by step is the trimming. And this is the final result. It's like a flower, it's like a top of a crown. No? Undamaged, no one chip, no one ding, half kg matrix. The ruby is nearly 1,000 carat. You see, this is the back of the ruby. See the texture. These make the difference. These are detail, just to understand better the head, tabular, design, growing line. There is everything in this specimen. And this is the last part, just to return back to the feeling, to show that ruby are not bloodstone. From Mogok, I say. There are many people that call ethical, we are ethical, and Mogok stone are not ethical. It's exactly the opposite. Mogok people love to work and to dream to find a ruby. And you see, this is a snapshot. They are all smiling. And there are plenty of photos of people happy working together, families. Nobody obliged them to work. See? This safety box. In the safety box, they keep the small stone, ruby, spinel, whatever they found, they put in the mouth because it's better than any plastic bag that you can lose. So nighttime, up, you open the mouth and you find all. And at the end, I love you, Rubies, have to say, no? And here I leave you with the last 3 minutes to relax, because here there are 2,000 years of history of Mogok. So in this song and movie slide, you will enjoy, because you see all the entire painting of Mogok that are not only Ruby, but is a lifestyle of living. And with the last photo of the Prince of Mogok, that for me represents not a crystal, but a work of million people. Because the rarity of any crystal is not if there is one piece around the world. How many people work to find it? How much cost to find it? This is the true rarity. And for rubies from Mogok, there are millions of people that sacrifice their life to find one piece. So this, for me, represents all the life, the sacrifice, the beauty of something really exclusive. Is okay, I'm finished. I say thank you to everybody. If somebody have any question, I can answer, please. I don't know if you like. I carry also some sample, very rare, just to look and understand the beauty in small things. And this is the sacrifice of many local people. A question.
I think you should explain to everybody about the civil war in Myanmar. There's no mining taking place.
Yes,
Rubies coming.
yes. Today is 4 years the Myanmar that is the most beautiful country that I visit in 150 countries around the world. Beautiful to visit for the Buddhism, for the mining, for many reasons. Now they are in a hard civil war, really hard. Mogok mines are completely closed from 4 years. And sure, there is some illegal mine, but this kind of Mogok that we saw in the last 30 years of the golden era for Myanmar, so the golden age of Myanmar, I think is finished. Because to restart this mine with all the infrastructure broken, the water that fills the mines, will be a so huge investment that probably nobody will put the money to restart. It's like a dream that there was for a certain period, and now the dream is finished. It's the history of Japan, 2,000 years. It's unbelievable. And 500,000 people that work in a town that is far from everything. It's the Valley of Shangri-La. Other questions? Yes?
You mentioned in the first slide that the map was the poster with the rubies and blue sapphires, but kind of separated.
Yes.
Separate regions. What's the difference in that whole map was?
Yes.
So what's the difference in geology or in the type of minerals that you can find along the blue sapphire and the rubies? Are the same, different?
Different because the geology of sapphire, even the crystal form, is different from the crystal form of ruby. Because, yes, are corundum, but they have a different crystal form. So when you see ruby from Mogok, they come from marble, calcite, but I mean marble. The crystal form is hexagonal with the top completely, the top broken. For sapphire, the sapphire have a different environment and different geology, and grow in syenite mostly or in contact zone. So sapphire is like classic, like Sri Lanka, are double terminated spindle that you never find in ruby from Mogok. This is why in the marble you find only this kind of crystal and colors that go from colorless, light pink, pink, reddish pink, and red. So are all shades of the same color. Is only the amount of chromium inside the ruby that make the color. So less chromium, it means more pink. More chromium, more red. This is the simple reason why all the Asian people, they call anything from light pink to deep red ruby. Because is even correct, is the right, the same crystal, the same location, and the same color at the end. Sapphire, yellow sapphire, blue sapphire, green sapphire, they grow in a different location, different geology situation, and they have different crystal form. So it makes quite a nonsense to call pink sapphire something that belongs to ruby. Cioè the gemologists, they divide by color, but in reality it makes nonsense. Is enough explanation? Is okay.
So the blue sapphire never come in
No, never. In Mission Impossible, possible. They like, Brian like, say Mission.
Another question. So I saw from some of the pictures that from outside there are some really well developed external plastic morphology.
Same.
Like I mean, so how developed is inside? I mean, natural calcification of the nerve. How extended?
There is a karst situation. No, there is technically the potential to work in mother rock is 1,000 years, technically speaking, because there is an amount of marble, different type of marble and evolution that is unbelievable. But is the cost, because if cost more than what you can get, sooner or later the mines close. So the problem today is truly the cost, especially in the location where they are down 1,000 meters, because to restart the mine is not convenient. So for 2,000 years, they was working the secondary deposits that are much more cheaper and convenient. But when they finish all the secondary deposits, no choice, go in mother rock. And mother rock have multiple costs and problems. Okay? Okay, great. You have another? Interesting question. Just to explain how is important the experience on field. Sometimes I make a speech to GIA, GG, gemologists, these, to let them allowed to know the practical side of gemology. And if you look, there are Mogok people of 10-year-old, because they start to learn from the family at 2 years. So at 10-year-old, they take the stone or the crystal in the sun, say, this is mine. How you know? Because if you see thousands and thousands of pieces, you are the gemological lab. You know exactly. It's like if you ask to a farmer if he know about his eggs, if he's new or old. He know exactly. Maybe he have not a high style, high standard, but his job he know exactly. So when you ask to a local people, they know much more than us. So when we go there, we think that these people are underdeveloped. No, we are the victim of these people because they know much more. Say, arrive the foreigner and we can cook him. No. So it is a wrong point of view how we approach these people for the specificity of the gems, because it's their job 24 hours, 365 days per year. I can say this, but not to be proud. I got a so huge experience living there and married with a Myanmar lady, living there, looking, experience day by day. I can even have an idea from which mine come. So, because it's only a question how much time you spend in the mines. But sure, I don't want to compete with local people, because local people are better than me. Sure. We start to say, you know, we speak about opinion, no? But before the gemology was more strict, say, we certify, no. Now, because this certify didn't work so much and there was so many mistakes, this certify become report. Report. Now, any certification is not called anymore certify. I have still Googling, old Googling of Edward with written certified by Googling. Today, nobody try to make certified because everybody express opinion. Because in case the opinion is wrong, nobody can complain. But if you certify, you are legally responsible because you certify.
Yeah.
So this is a huge difference. Opinion is for free, cost nothing, I will give you. I risk nothing.
And it's worth what he pays for.
Eh?
And it's worth what he pays for.
Ah, beh, sure.
Yeah.
If he pay me more, we can pass to certify. Other idea? About Mogok, no problem. I can, if you have a doubt or whatever, I can make more clear. Nobody? Finish? We finish the show? Done. All right. Thank you to come here and to have the patience to see something long, but I think was a nice experience for you because even in the future, I think nobody will have any more the chance to see what I was lucky to see. Lucky, I speak really about luck. So in this case, you got a chance to see the history, the best history of Mogok in the last 30 years that I think is by far the most important history about for gems and minerals.
Never asked you, why did you choose to go to Mogok in the first place?
Hello,
You could go anywhere.
Yes, but because I was a young, avid collector of 10 years old, and I was copying my mother that she liked a lot of jewelry, but she was not expert. So she bought many books, and there was one book that for me still is the Bible, and I keep in my home, is a Cavenago Bignami Gemology. It's an Italian book, 1,400 pages of all the gemstones, and still this book works because there are very nice information inside. But there was a 300 page for ruby. And in some page, there was the design, not the photo, the design of Mogok that was called, if you go to see in this book, it's called Mogok, with the wrong spelling. And this was fascinating my mind, like a dream, like to search a treasure. I told myself, one day I will go there, like a child that is looking for a treasure. And one day I did. So this was the really people that, the thing that impressed me. This small design, like, it is not even possible to have the photo because at that time, 50 years ago, Burma was something, the 99% of the people, they didn't even know where is Burma. Even today, you say Myanmar is something, where, which part of the world, no? But imagine 50 years ago, was a Shangri-La, the valley, they don't exist. This was my dream. But the life is made by dream. At the end, thinking, I want, the target more clear. And at 23 years, I took the plane and I went to Myanmar. And for 10 years, I couldn't have the chance to visit Mogok because it was completely closed. Myanmar before was in a military regime of Une Win. It was a cruel regime. And when it opened with only special, very few permission, I was there. And I was probably the first that went in Mogok, and I saw a paradise for me. I can tell you because I saw many locations around the world. It's like for a Christian to see the Pope or for a Muslim to go to the Mecca. Cioè for a gemologist, special for gemologists, because for gemology having history of 2,000 years, Mogok is really a dream for a gemologist. For minerals, for me anyway is the best place in the world, but the history is only 50 years, because it's only 50 years they are working in mother rock. And the market of crystal is 95% crystals in mother rock, not loose crystals. Okay. Nothing? Done? Finish. My pleasure. If you like to see spinel, the best, here you can have an idea what come out from Mogok.
All right, we're here at the Tucson Fine Mineral Gallery getting ready for the 11 a.m. presentation from Federico Barlocher of Myanmar in the legendary Valley of Rubies. We're here in the conference room, and we are lucky enough to not only have Federico Barlocher, but also Brian Kosnar here with us today. How you guys doing?
Good morning. Everything is super. Everything ready.
Fantastic.
Fantastic and incredible.
Well, what the people at home aren't going to be able to see because they're not here is this exquisite display case that you guys have put together of various mineral specimens from Mogok. So why don't you go ahead and start telling us about some of the things that we're seeing here?
These are full rarities because are all rubies in marble is a collection of many years just to find a few pieces and are not repaired and not pop out from the marble. So it's a rarity on the rarity. And to have such kind of crystals, you have to broken mountains of marble to find just two pieces. So we can say that rubies by far are the most exclusive minerals in Mother Rock on the planet Earth.
That is certainly true, and Federico, as you're saying, there are no signs. They just live in the marble like that. Brian, what do you find that, because I know that you have a bunch of these in your room over at Mineral City. Mm-hmm. What do you find? How do people react when they start learning things about this?
Well, I think that's maybe part of the problem is there's a lot of people out there who don't know a lot about this material. The word ruby is ubiquitous. Mm-hmm. Everybody can identify a ruby at first sight, but I would challenge most of the people watching right now, do you have a ruby in your collection, let alone a fine ruby specimen in your collection? And my guess is the majority of them would say no, because they are exceptionally rare. Only a fraction of a percentage of the pieces that come out are even salvageable. And the other thing that people need to realize, almost every ruby crystal that shows any kind of gem quality or transparency is immediately turned into a stone, whether it's faceted or a cabochon. So all of the crystals that survive are essentially opaque. And of that small amount of crystals that actually come out, whether they're on matrix or not, although matrix specimens are exceedingly rare, there's only a handful in this quality available on the market. And when you compare it against something much more well-known, whether it's calcites, fluorites, rhodochrosites, tanzanites, ruby is, as Federico was saying, the king of gems, the king of minerals, and yet nobody has one in their collection. And we're trying to educate people and open their eyes to the exquisite rarity and beauty of this material, because it really is second to none in terms of the value, the lore that goes behind this, hundreds if not thousands of years of collecting rubies in Mogok. And we want people to really immerse themselves in this, because there's nothing more storied than rubies in the gem world, and the specimens are exceptional for what they are.
Well, this has got to be one of the best collections of rubies I've seen. I mean, I can speak to that for sure. But we don't only have rubies here. We have some other specimens. Why don't you guys, we have some rubies scattered in here, but we have some tourmalines and sapphires.
Spinel. Look at this combination with full gem quality peridot, because peridot from Mogok are the most exclusive and beautiful in the world, and the size of this spinel.
That is exceptional size and color.
Color
that
quality,
color is crazy.
Not damage, crystal form is a super perfect octahedral.
And I heard someone earlier make a mention that a lot of people know gemstones because they hear of them being in the crown jewels. The crown jewel of England, the ruby, is actually a spinel.
Yes, it's a spinel.
The Black Prince's ruby was unidentified for a long time, and it wasn't until, a while after the stone was placed into the crown that it was identified as one of the largest spinels in the world.
It's incredible, as my friend says.
Look at this. This is the first sapphire in Mother Rock that complete that I seen from Mogok. because a sapphire is a little more common than ruby, but the mother rock is different than ruby. So the mother rock is very difficult to work. So when you try to trim in the lab, it's very easy to broken the sapphire. Plus, need much more charge of dynamite to broken this cyanite rock, and the dynamite destroy 99.9 of the sapphire. This is the first sapphire that I ever seen complete in mother rock.
Now, for people who don't know, Federico is really the king of Myanmar.
Yeah.
He's to say that's the first time he's seen it. That's a real statement that people need to really pay attention to. We're getting close to the launch of your presentation, but I did want to take another look at this spinel down here with the negative imprint on the mother rock. Tell us about that.
This is a true rarity, because the people can understand easily where it burn and grow the spinels and the rubies inside, completely closed in the marble. And these two parts is the same piece that was broken with the hammer in search of spinels, and here you can see clearly the negative part, so the part that was on the top of this spinel. Is absolutely a rarity to have both pieces in the same situation.
Go ahead and put those together for me, Federico.
This is you can see exactly that they perfectly match and click.
Lock fit. Look at that. Absolutely super.
You know, Brian, I think it's important to make the distinction, because Federico was talking about the blue sapphire. In the gem world, sometimes pink corundum is labeled as sapphire, but in Mogok, any shade, whether it's pink or red, is referred to as ruby. So the lighter pink material is still called ruby there, which is why sapphire, as it's seen in this case, is exceedingly rare from Mogok.
Excellent point.
You see, the crystal form of ruby is, even if both ruby and sapphire are corundum, is completely different from the sapphire crystal form. And even the mother rock where they grow is
different.
This mother rock of the sapphire is completely different from calcite.
Yeah, compared to something like that.
Yes. Yellow color sapphire, blue color sapphire, green color sapphire, they grow in one mother rock with a crystal form. Rubies grow in a different crystal form, from light pink here to more pink to reddish to full red.
Yeah.
So there are all the pink shade that at the end is the same color, because it is only a question of chromium, where the chromium give the red color to the ruby. Less chromium become pink, but at the end is the same color. This is why the original people from Asia, they call everything rubies. Pink or red.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now, I had mentioned that Federico is the king of Mogok. It's a little bit of a play on words, because that is actually the king of Mogok. That was on the cover of the Mineralogical Record, February 2022 edition, and that's that same edition where we launched our film on Burma that we filmed many years ago.
I would strongly suggest anybody go to your YouTube page and watch this. It's my favorite thing that you've done for Blue Cap, and it's the most thorough, educational, and in-depth, going inside the mines to see where this stuff comes from. Nobody else in the world has that kind of access or footage.
Super. All right, gentlemen, thank you. Looking forward to your talk, Federico.
Thank you.
Ciao.